Lisa Zaran is an American poet. Her books include The Sometimes Girl and The Blondes Like Content. She was born September 26, 1969 in Los Angeles, California. Her mother was a nurse and her father worked at Mattel. She also has two sisters. Zaran describes her family as gypsies, since her family moved when she was 16 years old to 40 different states. For her, a house is just a house, not a home. And home is definitely where the heart is. Zaran also says that this nomadic lifestyle was frustrating at times, but then states the experience introduced her to new ideals, people, lifestyles, and broadened her views on the world. When asked what drives her to write, she responds with, "I write because I have to. I write to release my emotions. It's a wonderful coping mechanism for me." She confesses that she has trunks filled with poetry miles high and is for her eyes only. She has no intentions of ever distributing or selling any of it to the world. Zaran wrote her first poem when she was 6 years old, called Hallway. It was about all the things a child could accomplish in a hallway. As a kid, she would write silly rhyming poems, and as a teen would read poetry that was given to her from Asia, Africa, and Mexico. She also writes about the strength of being a woman. In school, society taught her that girls should become mothers, nurses, and teachers, because that is what a woman is suited to do. The scenes in Lisa Zaran's poetry emphasize how being a woman is a strength and how working past issues is a tolerated sequence of events that one must face every single waking day of their lives. Additionally speaking, she reflects upon the relationship between men and women, how the most important love should be there emotionally, but sometimes is not. As in, whenever you cry, husbands roll their eyes. She also conveys to the audience of today's world that society has certain standards, as when she writes, "Eat, don't eat, get fat, get skinny." Go on. She seems to uncover a woman's walk through life with a harsh sense of reality. Yet even though her attitude is of disdain, she copes with vices as many of us do to push through to the next unwritten chapter. Zaran's poems are heavily influenced by her favorite literary figures, as in Walt Whitman and Goethe. The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe is one of her favorite books. She calls it an insatiable tragedy. She admires the author because he is dedicated to his feelings and suffers because of them. She also lists The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway as a favorite. And the melancholy tone of those writers has inspired her greatly. Lisa Zaran uses a dispirited tone to enforce a detachment from the present to a new progression toward a new optimistic future with a new life and a new approach for it. Time fragments, space fractures, Lives intersect. Wombs bloom with new life. Go on. Wait. Hold on. Her biggest influences to her poetry are musicians such as Bob Dylan, the Beatles, Mozart, and Luciano Pavarotti. The way her poem Go On repeats a refrain is somewhat lyrical. Through vivid imagery, Lisa Zaran portrays perseverance through adversity, giving hope to women everywhere to rise above their circumstances and go on. When she states go on, is to move forward. When life's trials and tribulations seem to stand in the way, just keep moving forward and live. The language in the poem suggests the author's conclusion that life is what you make of it, and some moments are precious, while others should be forgotten and left in time. Lisa Zaran currently lives in Arizona with her husband and her 2 children. She still is writing poetry and making a profound impression on the world.